So hello there and welcome back to my Lego City. As you can see, it's still very Christmassy, giant Christmas tree right in the centre there, and even got this Christmas village. So today we will be sadly removing all the Christmassy bits and even the little star on top of the tree in the corner. I think I'm definitely keeping the tree. I'll just end up replacing it with an owl or something I'll show you. And we're also removing all of the Lego minifigures. There's a project I'm working on. It will probably have a video in the next month because it's not too easy, but I will be removing all the minifigures, including the ones in the Lego store, including the ones in Sea Life just behind this tree here. And I think the only minifigures that are actually staying are the ones in the Friends Tower. They're not actual Lego, well, they're actual Lego minifigures, but they're branded and not part of the wider city. So first off, we'll take down this snowy scene and then the minifigures, and that is because, well, the snowy scene has to go. It's no longer Christmas, and I'm replacing it with a cafe. I'm not quite sure what the other tower will be, but I definitely want to make some sort of cafe. I might make it 2 stories. I might then have someone living above, and feel free to leave me some ideas in the comments if you want to see anything immortalized in this Lego city. Then definitely let me know and I'll be sure to add it in some shape or form at some point. But all the drivers are coming out, and that is because I am trying to rebuild a few of my older minifigures. A lot of my minifigures have been jumbled, and I'm sort of at the point where the last of my minifigures have the odd blue arm, green leg, where I've made so many customs. So I'll be taking them back. I know a lot of these are from the Builder minifigure stations in Lego stores. Most of these are actually quite Holt minifigures. Of course, we've got the Dreams, we've got the girl from the Skater Poly bag. This person here was from a cheap set last year, and I believe that policeman is pretty much the CMF one. Maybe that's the hat on the wrong torso legs, but the policeman's pretty good. But characters like that on the stunt bike, and most of the ones here in the queue use various CMF parts and parts from other city minifigures. So I'll be taking them out, and we'll definitely take a look at the city while it's empty, because it enables me to show you off a bit more of the detail without the minifigures sort of getting in the way to some extent. And of course, I've got to show it off with the Christmas stuff removed. You can see I've started taking the bricks off the balcony to sort of keep my CMF collection in one place. But I'll take these all out, I'll get rid of all the Christmas stuff, and I'll be back in a moment. So as you can see, I've pulled forward my sort of Lego tower and my animal tower. Actually, the animal tower is slightly unattended. You can see there is an owl at the top of the tree. And actually, they've gained a chicken since last time, which is definitely odd. I'm really liking the inside of that greenhouse. And the fish tank isn't changing. I like it enough to keep it there for the minute. Still got to get all the people out of the sort of Sea Life exhibit, I guess. And the Lego store is, for the first time, empty. Now, you can see the interior's a bit lacking. This wall on the left I'm not too keen of. I might end up updating it to the same style of the Big Bang Theory flat, which does complete sitcom tower. So that might be the next update. And I've also realised the pavement out the front of the Lego store hasn't been told off yet. So I've definitely got to get to work on that. I'll come up with some complex design or other. So my next update is most likely going to be finishing the Lego tower and fixing the pavement, and then I might end up adding a few minifigures. It doesn't look too bad with all the complete minifigures so far, but it's definitely not as packed as it was, especially that queue for the Lego store that has been replaced with a dog. But I might update a few things. In fact, I have just noticed that I forgot to grab one of the spiders after Halloween. I knew I'd forget this. I did say that I would forget it, but we've got this nice flower mural, which used a bunch of the pieces from the Pick-a-Brick wall at the time. Of course, the Pick-a-Brick wall is probably going to stay like that. I know it's not quite accurate to the new design, but I'm not quite sure. There are many other ways I can make it more accurate. And of course, the lovely bust painting. The Builder minifigures I'm definitely going to update, but the rest of it is pretty much going to stay as it was. And of course, we've still got Leicester out front. So I just thought I'd show you the Lego store while it was empty. I don't really get a chance to show it off, let alone whilst it is completely empty. And of course, right down there at the corner front of the store, you can see the giant brick, which Of course, it's giant to the minifigures, but it's just a regular 2x4 brick on a bracket secured on the floor. And of course, the Leicester in the window there, which his hat's falling off, but I'll be sure to fix that. So I'm really liking how this city is coming together. And I've actually started to mark out the next build over here with the windows and doors. We're going to have a giant window at the front next to the doors. And I think a nice long window at the side here would be really cool to see into the building. Unlike most of the others that are just flat walled and ready for a building to go up next to them. So I might end up keeping the park. You can see the snowman's melted. His 2 buttons and one of his arms is just laying there in the puddle of snow. And the person clearing the snow can now sit back. His job is done and he's put away his shovel, just relaxing on that nice wire park bench that I'll probably also end up cleaning. And I've added a nice story down here with a little girl that used to be holding an apple, has now eaten the apple. And if you remember the building that stood here before the cafe, Santa was delivering a teddy bear to someone, and it was indeed this person's house, or at least was. I'm not quite sure where she lives now because I have completely destroyed it, pulled it apart for parts, but she has received the teddy bear for Christmas and is now carrying around that instead. So that's a nice little story. We've got the delivery driver ready to receive any orders from the cafe when it is running. So once again, I'll take away all the minifigures in the sea life and just show you the city as it is. And before I wrap out this video, you can see just in the pond down there in front of the sea life, we do have 2 frogs. I really need to fill in that pond. That'll definitely be the next thing I do. 2 guard dogs replacing the sort of nutcrackers or soldiers outside the sea life. We got a woman here petting her dog behind the quad bike and the stunts bike, of course. The minifigures are unchanged, so I was able to keep them on the road. Leicester, I suppose, opening up a new Lego store. Perhaps we'll have to do something special in the next episode if I do make any changes. Emmett's still building his Lego up top, completely oblivious to everything else going down. The brown owl on the tree is new, and he's also got a friend in Hedwig just perched on this roof, which is really cool. We get so many owls in Harry Potter to have a spare one to display for the city. We also have this toucan from one of the recent CMFs, not the new one, but from a few years ago, which I think is a bit more surprising to find on your balcony than a cat, which has been relocated. Of course, I've marked out the new calf, the melted snowman. This guy's just enjoying the natural sunlight on his face. He seems to actually be sweating a bit, so perhaps he should get out of his winter clothes and enjoy the sunlight between the snow. And we've got a few other vehicles on the road. Now, I didn't tell you, but there is a chameleon actually hidden somewhere throughout this city. It does show up in the video and currently is not in frame. So let me know in the comments if you did find the chameleon. And of course, I'll be back very soon to finish the Lego store, to actually properly finish the pavement and hopefully have a few minifigures to put back. So that is all from me today. And as always, do like if you like the video and are enjoying these little city updates. We've got so much to do this year, and especially next door in the Minecraft display, there is so much still to come. And of course, subscribe so you don't miss out that next city update. Until then, may the brick be with you always.